Hi everyone, welcome to today's daily lesson. I'm Michelle, the coach, and today I want to talk about my experience here in Canada. I immigrated to Canada 5 months ago. It was at the end of July, so I have been here for 5 months. I flew here from Shanghai, China. And to be honest with you, I did a lot of research about Canada before I came here, either on YouTube or on websites, but there are still things that I didn't expect before I came here. So that's what I want to talk about today. So first, I actually want to ask you, what's your impression of Canada? For me, things I thought about Canada was it would be extremely cold, and this country is famous for its free healthcare and education system. And also, I assume that Canada is just another version of the U.S. It's located on the on the north of the U.S. And I've been to the U.S. I've been in the U.S. for half a year, and I've met quite a lot of Canadians there. The way they talk and the way they behave, and also their ideas are really similar to Americans. So I thought they would be really similar. Well, but actually things turn out to be really different after I came here and truly experienced it. And of course, there are things that I thought would be the same as I expected, but also things that I thought it didn't thought was the same. So, well, the first thing obviously is the climate. So is the climate really freezing cold here in Canada? Well, if you actually look at the numbers, they're really low. For instance, this week, the temperature here, I live in Calgary, which is located on the west part of Canada. In Alberta province, the temperatures was as low as 35 degrees yesterday. It was really crazy, but I didn't feel that cold, to be honest. It's because of several reasons. Well, the first is humidity. Back in China, I lived in Shanghai, and it's really humid there. The humidity could get as high as like 60% in winter. So even though the temperature is above zero in Shanghai, I still feel really cold outside. But here in Calgary, Canada, even though the temperature are pretty much like around minus 10 degrees here in winter, because it's really dry, so as long as you wear like windproof clothes outside, you don't feel that cold. So the temperature you actually feel at temperature like minus 10 degrees is pretty much the same when you're in Shanghai and the temperature are like 5 to 6 degrees above zero. Well, the second factor that could influence the winter here is the sunshine. Well, the amount of sunshine here in Calgary is really a lot. It's called the Sunshine City because the number of hours of sunshine here you get in Calgary is the highest among the cities here in Canada. So here's the thing, like before the sunrise and after the sunset, the temperature could get really low. But as long as you see the sun outside, you don't feel that cold. The temperature could rise dramatically in an hour. And another very interesting thing about Calgary here is it has this unique phenomenon called Chinook wind. It's a kind of wind that comes from the west of the city. The wind comes from the Rocky Mountains to the city, and whenever the Chinook wind comes, the temperature would rise to like up to 20 degrees Celsius in like a few hours. So this Chinook wind comes about like 3 to 4 times every month in winter. So you would have like take a break from this freezing cold winter. every now and then, so you don't actually feel that cold. And then temperature could get as high as like 10 to 20 Celsius degrees above zero. Yeah, so I don't feel that cold when Chinook comes. Well, the last thing I think is the heating system here. You know, I've lived in Shanghai and other cities like along the Yangtze River, and well, unfortunately, we don't have the heating system there. So I actually feel really cold in winter back in China because I need to wear like winter pajamas inside the room. But here, you can see I just wear long sleeve tops here, and sometimes short sleeve tops here. So yeah, I don't feel that cold inside. And the time that I spend outside, actually, it could only be like less than half an hour every day. So yeah, the cold doesn't influence me that much, to be honest. Okay, the second part is the healthcare system. I've heard a lot of good things about the healthcare system here in Canada, and I actually get to experience this here in Canada. Well, I was pregnant when I came here in Canada, so I get to experience the prenatal check and the labor process, the whole process when I came here. I have to say the whole experience is top notch. Um, it's very different from my experience back in China. I'm not saying that the experience in China is not good or something like that, but it's really different. Like here, I don't need to do any paperwork myself, and the nurse will take care of that. And it's totally free. It's literally free, you know. The only fee I paid was the parking fee, and I didn't need to pay anything apart from that. And I remember during the labor process, uh, in the labor room, there were like 5 to 6 nurses around me, and they provide different services. They are really well trained. The whole experiences was really smooth. They told me like before every steps, they will tell me like what I'm gonna do and what you might feel during this process. So they really relieve me from the pain and anxiety for the whole labor process. But there is a big but here. Well, the healthcare system is good, but it's because you do the medical treatment because you have like pre-arranged appointment so that you can go there without any waiting time. But if you have any emergency and you have to go to the emergency department to see a doctor immediately, you would wait for a really long time. Last month, my elder daughter had a really intensive belly pain. It was really intense that I was really concerned. So I took her to the emergency in the children's hospital in the city, and we actually wait 6 hours to see a doctor. It's really difficult to imagine that in China. You know, when I was back in China, the longest wait time for me to see a doctor was like 1.5 hours. Yeah, that was the longest time I had. So 6 hours was really painful for me because my daughter was crying beside me, and I had to take care of her. Yeah, a lot of bad memories back then. So I have to say that there are pros and cons of this healthcare system. It's not all good. Nothing is perfect. Well, the third thing I want to mention is the shopping experience. Um, I thought before I came here, I thought, well, Canada would be a really good place for me to shop. But actually, I find that the number of brand stores here are really limited. For example, if you want to go like buy some clothes here in Calgary, well, the first thing that comes to my mind would be go to the Winners. It's a store like it has a comprehensive different brands inside, but it's like displayed in a rack and has no It's not like in China, In China, we go to different brand stores differently. Like I usually shop at Zara or Uniqlo, and they are different individual brand stores. It has different stores in different places, right? But here they just put different brand clothes inside one store. It's one major difference. And another major difference is that people here prefer going in-store shopping rather than online shopping. I think there are the reasons behind that is it's a little bit difficult for you to do a refund. When you're in China, you don't want anything that you bought from Taobao or any other apps. You just click on your cell phone and someone would come to your door and grab the product that you bought that you didn't want and to refund that, right? But I remember that I bought something in Amazon here and I have to go to an actual place to do the refund, and that place is about 5 to 6 minutes drive from my home. So I don't think that's that convenient here to do an online shopping. And another thing is that the in-store shopping here is quite convenient because you can probably buy anything within your community. It has like everything you want for basic necessity. So people like to go in-store shopping, and the refund here is really quick and convenient. They don't check your products that much. As long as you bring your receipt, and they will probably just refund immediately. Okay. Well, the last thing I want to mention is that this country has an excellent social support system. I remember the first week that I came here, I received a handout, and it has many different organizations. Some are like NGOs, some are government funded, and all those organizations are to help newcomers to get used to the new life here. They provide like information consulting and also employment training and many other stuff. It's really helpful. I remember I reached out like 3 organizations, and they provided really comprehensive information about everything I wish I would know before I came here. Yeah, so I got a lot of help from that. And my husband's experience was really, it was also very helpful. He went through this employment training that is totally funded by the government. So he has this 3-week employment training, which was online, and they teach my husband how to write a CV, how to write a cover letter, and all those resources online for him to search for a job, and also how to discover what jobs that are suitable for you. So it's really helpful, and it's totally free. And they would also help you to connect with the industry that you are interested for, and they have all those resources and connections for him to reach out. At the same time, there are many specific job training here. Like if you want to do, you want to be an electrician or any other like specific job, the government from every now and then they provide this free job training for you, and you would get a certificate from that, and you will be probably hired from a company, and they would recommend you, and they would introduce you to these companies after these trainings. And the second thing I want to mention is there are a bunch of programs for pregnant women and children. Well, that's more personal because I was pregnant and I have a daughter with me. After I gave birth, I have 2 daughters, of course. So for pregnant women, they offer many helps. Like they have a nurse that is assigned specifically to you, and you can ask almost everything you are concerned about your health and also many things about pregnancy. And you can ask that nurse, and that nurse would do her best to help you. Also, they have many like free clothes and materials for you to use and learn. For the children part, because we are new immigrants and they have this help to let these children to get used to the new life and the new language here. So they have many programs for them that are free, and they have courses for children to learn to get used to the new life and new culture here, either online, and also they have like this offline workshops for you to join. Well, the third thing is they have free language learning programs for almost everyone that comes here to Canada. So we're here as permanent residents, and we can join the program called Link, and they will first assess your language levels, and then they will assign you to the different groups and for you to learn. They have teachers assigned to you to learn English. You might be arranged into a group with like 5 to 6 people, sometimes more than 10, depending on your level. And they will have this class like almost every day, sometimes several times a week, and for you to improve your language skills. It's quite practical for everyone. Okay, so that's probably all the things that I want to share with you. Those things that I didn't expect before I came to Canada, but I hope these information is helpful for you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Okay, so that's probably all for today. Bye.